you could do that with your bare eyes. So we thought, this is a great moment for all of us to just share a little bit with our viewers what it's like for us to go to a dark sky or to go to a star party and look through other people's telescopes. Who wants to start? Andy, I know you're looking forward to one coming up soon. Did you want to mention it?
Yes, yeah, why not? Indeed. On Saturday, the 27th of August, is the annual Astronomy Ireland Starbecue, for those of you in Ireland, taking place at Wicklow. And I shall be there giving a talk about the next generation of super telescopes that are coming online in the next decade. It's a fun day out for all the family, food, of course, and weather permitting, of course, observing at night. And there will be the biggest telescopes in Ireland there, apparently. So that's the 27th of August. You can get full details on the Astronomy Ireland website, which is astronomyireland, one word, .ie. And it'd be great for you to be there, and you can actually buy me a beer if you want to. So there you are. How can you pass up that opportunity? So,
listen to that plug. Listen to that plug. But other than the giving of the talks, what do you get when you're out on the field in the middle of the dark night? And
you get to look through some very big telescopes and chat with like-minded people. So that I think there are 3 talks planned for the evening. And then afterwards, the observing starts and goes on until everybody's fed up. So that's it, basically.
We got to look through a 25-inch knob, which was like with a ladder, of course, to get to the eye. It's like climbing the stairway to heaven. It never ended. And I think we got to look at the Veil Nebula. It was just stunning. I mean, it almost brought tears to my eyes.
Wow. I've loved to have seen that.
On the Friday night, I set up my Daub on Lagoon, and I was so proud of getting a really nice view of Lagoon in the Daub, because I always look at it in binoculars. And I showed my wife, and she loved it. Then she went off for a walk. She came back and said, I saw the Lagoon through a 20-inch telescope. That was magnificent. Yours is nothing. I'm sorry. I'm so hurt. So you get spoiled a little bit.
I do think it's so valuable to attend these events, though. They are just so enjoyable. I used to go to something called Astro Camp every year, which is was held in the Ashdown Forest in East Sussex. And that was 2 weeks in August to coincide with the Perseids. And it was just an unbelievable experience. We just brought tents, camped. There was a shower block there. Just spend the day, sleeping basically and staying up all night to either observe the Perseids or get your telescopes out, as it were.
Yeah, because it's always worthwhile attending these. If you ever see a local event going on, it could be in the centre of a town, but if you can go to one which is in a very dark sky area, you'll find everybody's there for exactly the same reason as you are. There's all levels of experience there. So, and also people are just so helpful. As Andy said, you can just wander around the field, look through different telescopes at different objects. And people are always so willing to help you and bring you forward. And this is what outreach is all about. Is that you've got a small interest which could balloon. Beware of aperture fever. Remind you of that. But people will bring you on. I mean, it's just simple things like aligning, and if you've got a question, they will be able to help you. And of course, it's not just telescopes. There's people there who do nightscape photography. So you've got people just there with DSLRs with different size lenses, different techniques. They won't tell you all their secrets, but the thing is, they will tell you how to set your cameras up and what to be looking for. Again, you saw the binoculars, and I was wowed at the fact that the 3D prints them. I mean, that's absolutely amazing. See, that's something I've never sort of even thought of. It's just something that if you never be shy to go. It's the same going to your local astronomy association or club. Don't be shy to go, because there's always somebody there who will take you by the arm and just guide you through things. And once you get used to them, you'll find, why didn't I do this earlier? And most nights, most clubs have got some dark area. And even if you haven't got your own transport, somebody will give you a lift out there, and they'll set up their telescopes
Absolutely.
into a dark area, and you'll just be amazed, and you'll be hooked. Always take a flask with you. Lights must always be red.
Yes.
There's
Yes,
nothing worse
indeed.
than somebody. Everyone just gets their eyes adapted and all that, and then somebody turns on a white torch. You're not very popular, but it's just these things that you've got to learn. Just do a little bit of research of etiquette and things like that, like the red torch, which is the main one, because you can ruin everybody's evening by shining a red torch. And never use a flash when you're taking photographs. You'll soon become very unpopular. But
Well,
these
in
places
fact-
are fantastic.
In fact, talking of research, if you actually Google, for those of you in the UK, if you actually Google UK star parties, the first hit is a directory of UK star parties. So you can go and see if there's one near you and get the details and go and have some fun. And, you know, it doesn't matter what your level of knowledge of astronomy is. You don't even have to have a telescope. Just go along and chat with people and look through some telescopes and learn a bit more about your hobby, and you won't regret it. I promise you.
And you know, Daz was mentioning the Perseids. When you go out during meteor showers, it's incredible to just hear the oohs and ahs going through the hillside.
Yeah.
I remember going to a star party up in on the Lancashire-Yorkshire border at the Astronomy Centre in the 80s, and although it was a really good site for observing, I had my first experience of the aurora borealis.
Oh, excellent.
Really?
That
was there, and that was at that latitude. You know, it was just incredible.
You said on. Sorry, Michael. Carry on.
Sorry.
I was just going to say, you said on the Lancashire-Yorkshire border.
Yeah, it's called the Astronomy Centre. It was set up originally by Peter Drew. I don't know.
I thought you were talking about the War of the Roses when you were there.
Oh no.
No, I'll be flippant now. Yeah.
Pure coincidence, Daz.
Yeah. Of course, with the aurora, it's surprising how far south they do occasionally come.
Yeah.
So always. Just stick a camera out. If you've got a clear night, stick a camera out, focus it, and it's always the focusing's the main thing. If you can get a nice sharp image and then just put it on a timer and just let it go, and you're bound to pick up something.
I mean, I was using the film DSLRs at the time, and but as soon as I saw the aurora come, I just wanted to stand there and watch it. I didn't bother with the camera because you know, the old film days, it was a bit hit and miss whether you get anything.
The message we want to promote is that it's not difficult.
Yeah.
The image behind me was my my Android cell phone on a 15-second shutter.
Yeah.
I sat it on the ground, let it point up. That was it, and there it is. It's not difficult.
Yeah.
It's also
hopefully in the next week or so, I'll be doing a basic backyard photography chat. So hopefully you'll be able to see what you can actually achieve with a simple DSLR and a variety of lenses. But even with a standard 50mm lens, it's surprising what you can catch.
Absolutely.
And if you've got your focusing right, you can do cropped images, and you'll pick up things like the Pleiades. In the northern hemisphere, the Andromeda galaxy, and you know, the double cluster in Perseus and things like that. So simple. And once you start to learn to star hop, you can point the camera anywhere, and you'll be surprised what you can pick up. Just basic. You don't even have to process them afterwards. You can just, as Karim did, just bring on the photographs. And the Milky Way is an easy one. As long as you've got a fairly dark sky.
Steve had something to add.
Well, I was just going to say, as your daughter Tara's photo showed, which was slightly out of focus, and most of mine are out of focus all the time. But quite often that enhances the intensity, the brightness in the stars, and also the colour differentiation. Moreover, so even if you don't get a perfect image, don't worry, it'll still be good.
I could not believe how.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Wasn't that the technique that David Mamin used to enhance the colours of the stars. Whether you wrote his book, The Colours of the Stars, defocus the image.
Yeah, because that was one of my tips was going to be is if you want to see the colours of the stars, and also you can pick out the constellations better as well, because just taking it out of focus seems to make the bright stars brighter, so you'll see things. And this is one of the things I'll probably be talking about. But also out of focus, just slightly out of focus, on a long exposure, and if you've got some clouds whipping through, you can get some really nice atmospheric shots.
Yes.
It doesn't always have to be spot on. I've taken photographs of the moon embedded in clouds, and then just using. Usually, you get a sort of a rainbow effect around in some of the clouds, and all the different colours, which come out more in the camera because the camera's far more sensitive. And you just use your imagination. I mean, to me, they look like protostars that are just pushing away their birthing clouds of dust and gas and things like that. Just use a bit of imagination. And another tip, which I will be also showing you to do, is when you get Sirius arise, it really scintillates, which means it really flickers and glints. And even with the naked eye, you can see colours. Colours of the stars that Andy just put up. And if you put your camera on a tripod, and you could actually record a video, and you'll see this scintillating, and it'll just be a traffic light. It'll be like a disco light going.
Disco ball,
different colours, yeah. And also, if you then put it on sort of like 10 seconds or something like that, and then just tap the actual camera, you can actually get these star trails, and they're all. And as you look at it, it's like a load of fireworks all going off all over the place. I do it quite often when I can see it pops up and you've got a clear sky, and it's just something. There are different things you can do just to make it more interesting.
I think Mary would say you don't even need to tap the camera; you just need a cat running in between the tripod legs. I think Bernard had something to add as well as Roger.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to say that, Andy, I followed your URL that you gave, and then I quickly found there's a Astro Camp in Wales in the Brecon Beacons in September, and
that's right. I've heard of that.
I'm just logging in, and I see that they still have spaces, so I'm definitely gonna take my daughter and wife there because it's 1 hour and a half away from us.
That's such a beautiful area as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So no, that's great. It's definitely something, we all lead busy lives, and sometimes we just need to be reminded of these things.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Roger?
Well, obviously, when I did my presentation, the Milky Way, that was just done with an APS-C wide camera and a tripod just facing south, and each of those images was just a single JPEG, and then just fitted in to make it into a video, and that's as easy as it can get. So
but this is the beauty of modern technology. I mean, when I used to go to Astro Camp with an SLR with film, you wouldn't know for a week or so whether you'd actually got anything, and I was so chuffed when I caught my first Perseid on film. I was jumping around the room, even though it was quite a fake one, but I got it. I was actually got a Perseid. And talking about the colors of the stars, I've got a beautiful image of star trails, which show the colors of the Milky Way, and the colors are absolutely so varied and so rich.
We were astonished because with the DSLR, I can catch some of these things like, alberio, and you can catch the colors and everything. But with the handheld iPhone, my daughter not only caught the colors of alberio, she caught the coat hanger. You could see the shape of it.
Really?
And that was just with the handheld iPhone for about a 10-second exposure. And the things you can do now with devices, star trails, if you take enough of the shots like what Roger has behind him right now, you can get a beautiful star trail.
color there, actually.
Yeah.
I see the whole universe revolves around your head, Roger.
Yes, of course.
Roger, which software do you use for your star trail stacking? Do you do it straight in Photoshop or Lightroom, or do you actually use one of the others?
Well, I'm using a Mac, although it is available on the PC. It's a free software called StarStax, StarStax, And all you do is put a sequence of pictures in, and it'll automatically make a star trail from the collection of pictures that you've done, and you get an output like the one you see behind me.
Yeah, I've got star stack.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So maybe for the next couple of weeks, Rachel might get some more images of wide field nightscape photography, star trails, you name it. We encourage everyone to try and get out to a dark sky if you're able to. I know I'm going to enjoy this last weekend's experience for the rest of the summer because I don't think I'm getting out again until September. So definitely take some time. Lou, any closing thoughts on Stellafane?
Well, it made a difference. It made a difference that we were in a very dark site. And if you all are looking for a dark site and you don't know where to go, the let's see, the ADA, the American Dark Sky Association, has a website, and they will show you where the dark sites are near you. And believe me, it makes an enormous difference.
Also, if you're looking at websites, the other good site is gostargazing.co.uk, and they list a lot of the dark skies in the UK.
And here in Canada, the Royal Astronomical Society of Canada has dark sky preserves across the country that we help to keep dark, if at all possible. Daz?
Yeah, I was just thinking we're getting on a little bit now, so I'd just like to pop through some of the live chat that we've been having. Paul Hallsworth Nightscapes said, going back to the JWST and the images we were looking at of Jupiter, he said he'd love to see a JWST images of Schumacher Levy 9 when it impacted Jupiter. Hubble Space Telescope was pretty cool at the time, but JWST would be fantastic. And of course it would be. You can imagine that.
I can tell Paul that David Levy made the exact same observation on Thursday when I drove through his retreat in the Adirondacks and was chatting with him. He said that he wishes that he had more time with James Webb when he was a younger man and could have enjoyed seeing some of those images.
And James Webb, of course, didn't take images of Shoemaker Levy, but the IRTF, the Infrared Telescope Facility on Mauna Kea, did. So we do have infrared images, 5 micron and other images of the collisions with Jupiter.
Yeah,
Nice.
and on your item about Stellafane, it's a no-no. Said yes, the distance between Pro and Am is getting smaller. Saw that when NASA showed it used Pixelite to process their flagship JWST images. Also, Paul Holsworth again. The ingenuity of those amateur telescope makers is phenomenal. I sometimes read in ATM a column of Sky and Telescope, and it blows my mind what these guys design and produce with such stunning attention to detail. So yeah, there's, like I said, just get out there, have a look, see what else you need. Just to look at, there's plenty of apps out there, no matter what country you are in, and you will find dark skies advertised somewhere. And just pop along and have a look.
Yeah.
Here's a recent book that I've just got, which is done by Brant. It's called Dark Skies, Britain and Ireland, Stargazer Sites, and it gives you all the recommended areas around the UK on where you can go to get these beautiful, clear, dark, clear skies. And it's a good read, and can't really see it very well.
Great.
Talking about,
anyway.
sorry, just wanted to mention, talking about the capabilities of amateur astronomers. Let's not forget that in UK, the second biggest telescope made available to the public, which is in the Sherwood Observatory, was built entirely by amateur astronomers in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and they've just remounted a new mirror that they've ordered. So the capabilities of that telescope is still really strong and really ongoing, and just to show you again what amateur astronomers can do.
Maybe we need to reframe this. Maybe they're not amateur astronomers. Maybe they're just astronomers.